In Dark Matter's second episode, Jason shows up at the village tap bar. The Animals We Gotta Get Out of This Place is ironically playing on the jukebox, a fitting reference to Jason's situation. Nevertheless, it appears that the bartender has never seen Jason before, and when things take a sharp turn for the worst, he is expelled from the establishment. Jason, thinking there's a problem with him, to the emergency room instead. Jason, who is wearing a mask, leaves Daniela in the morning and attempts to adjust to his new kitchen and lifestyle at the same time. Now that he's back, all he wants is some coffee, but our Jason is dealing with his own problems. When our Jason wakes up, the CT scan has returned and everything is clear. But something, a psychotropic substance, incidentally, is in his bloodstream. This clarifies what was injected into him in the first episode. What's even stranger is that there isn't a single person in the world named Daniela Desson. Jason discovers after doing some research that Daniela is a successful artist who is about to have her own exhibit opened, rather than having ever married. After discovering the address, Jason poses as a doctor in order to leave covertly without drawing Amanda's or the others' attention. Unsurprisingly, Jason just so happens to be at the exhibition opening, so Leighton and Amanda rush to locate him. Now, Daniela often uses her artwork to showcase Jason. Jason walks over to give Daniela a hug as they make eye contact. Charlie is unknown to her, and Ryan is also present. Ryan reportedly assisted Jason covertly in founding Velocity, the business that had him arrested in the previous episode. Jason talks to Ryan and Daniela later that evening about his hypothetical differences in his life, which had happened following the gallery exhibit. Now, supposedly one night, Jason, or at least a distorted version of him, arrived out of the blue and talked to her about options. He told Daniela, "Our choices create worlds," and it seems that staying away from her was the worst decision he ever made. This clarifies the situation with the other Jason and the connection between them all. Jason takes the stage and discusses his reality and everything that has happened. But when Jason tells Ryan that he's incredibly successful in his world, Ryan gets the impression that everything is a big fake and eventually departs, cursing Jason out. In the morning, Jason calls Amanda to let her know he's not feeling well and that he's going to check himself into a mental health facility. He gives her the address, watches her go, and then enters the house covertly with Daniela. Naturally, everything has changed, even the waterfall photo, which appears to be the major turning point in this situation. It's a good addition to the series that we actually see two distinct reactions from Jason when he looks at this shot. Nevertheless, returning to our reality, a disguised Jason arrives late for his own presentation and behaves entirely differently. After gaining the children's attention, he begins the lesson. As he gets used to his new life, he provides Charlie advice about ladies that differs greatly from what our Jason told him to do at the beginning of the last chapter. Daniela and company are discovering a lot of new peculiarities, this pessimistic viewpoint being only one of them. Surprisingly, when he uses the wrong toothbrush that evening, no one seems to suspect anything. Ryan gets a call in the morning from masked Jason telling him he's overstepping and he's not taking the job. Jason ends up in an odd storage facility after the call, where he finds his mask, the one he used against the other Jason, along with a number of other gadgets and curiosities. Here, the emphasis alternates between our Jason and the disguised Jason as he realizes just what he has done. He is the creator of the box that switches between realities that we first saw at the beginning of episode 1. Feeling